had the tri-field meter with me, caught on to something. And then, out of nowhere, I hear this loud bang. What the hell was that?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scariest haunted places you've never heard of.
This is where satanic and witchcraft artifacts were found in the fireplace, where 10 possessions and exorcisms took place.
For this list, we'll be looking at the less traveled eerie sites around the world that are supposedly haunted. Which of these locations do you find the most fascinating? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Poveglia Island. This Italian island is ripped straight from a nightmare. Found in the Venetian lagoon between Venice and Lido, Poveglia has a heavy history with plague and disease.
How many people would you say were burned over there?
Hundreds of thousands of people.
From the mid-1700s to 1814, the island was used as a quarantine station to house the sick. Suffice to say, death ran rampant on the island, with so many isolated from society and their loved ones.
During the 17th century, in order to let the people live here for the 40 days, in order to control them if they were killed by the plague or not.
The island would later be converted into a mental hospital, which was also eventually closed. It now sits abandoned, and that certainly ups the creepiness. Put simply, Poveglia has housed centuries worth of torment, sickness, and death, which has turned it into a hotspot for paranormal activity.
I hear footsteps, bro.
Hold on. Put your light case in.
Number 9. D'Souza Chawl. Found in the heart of Mumbai, India, is the D'Souza Chawl. A chawl is a type of low-income residence, and the D'Souza location is said to be one of the most haunted areas in the country. The chawl is home to an unguarded well, and legend has it that a resident of the area fell into the well and died a slow, painful death. Locals now report seeing her spirit wandering around the chawl, though most claim that she is harmless. Regardless, many people still avoid the area at night, terrified of the woman's wandering spirit. Number 8. Al Jazeera Al Hamra.
Walking through here, it's completely and utterly desolate. There's literally no signs of life.
Found in the northeastern tip of the United Arab Emirates is the abandoned ghost town of Al Jazeera Al Hamra. The town was home to hundreds of pearl fishers in the early 1800s, and it grew in size and population throughout the years. However, the pearl market collapsed in the 1920s, and the town was largely abandoned in 1968. When most of the residents agreed to relocate to Abu Dhabi.
It's crazy to think that this porch used to be someone's house and people used to live in. It just seems like everyone just abandoned everything overnight.
It remains as such to this day, and the eerie atmosphere has given rise to numerous ghost stories. It is said that the deserted town is populated not by humans, but by spirits known as jinns.
Jinn, I have freed thee, and as of this day, I am thy lord.
Number 7. Ancient Ram Inn. It's amazing what types of buildings you can find in England. Nestled in the small English market town of Wanton-under-Edge is the Ancient Ram Inn, a building that was constructed all the way back in the 12th century.
The history of the ancient ram is that it was built on a pagan worshipping site.
It was originally built to house the construction company that was building the local church, and it later became an inn and pub. The building is extraordinarily old, and it definitely looks it. Of course, this only lends to the unsettling atmosphere of the area.
We walked out to the stairs, point blank on the stairs, there it was.
The incubus.
Incubus. That was the most terrifying thing we've seen.
You think we might be up against the incubus tonight?
Definitely.
Those who religiously consume investigative paranormal shows might recognize the Ancient Ram Inn, since it has been featured on the likes of Ghost Adventures and Most Haunted.
John thinks that he felt some kind of a possession and I got that extreme pressure in my head.
Well, we're ready to see just how evil you are.
Number 6. Red Onion Saloon.
Start your feeling of actual curious. Follow us up the stairway to heaven. Let's go do it.
Those who wish to experience a genuine Wild West saloon should make their way to Alaska? Yup, Skagway to be exact.
Here's a 6-shooter. You'll be wanting the senorita pistols as well? Everything. House policy.
A small borough of about 1,200 people, Skagway is a hot tourist attraction in the summer, and everybody flocks to the town's Red Onion Saloon. This saloon was built in 1897 when Skagway was in the midst of a gold rush. Nowadays, tourists report smelling women's perfume wafting through the halls, perhaps a remembrance of the building's time as a bordello.
No, we are no longer a bordello. Think of it more as a social club.
Others claim that the building is haunted by the spirit of a former madam named Lydia. Number 5. Wolf Egg Castle.
Old buildings are never good. Haunted castle. Okay.
This is an old Gothic castle found in Bavaria, dated to the mid to late 13th century. Eventually, the castle tragically fell into disrepair, but it underwent significant renovations throughout the late 80s that restored it to its former glory, and it is now open for tourism. Wolf Egg Castle is said to be haunted by the ghost of Clara von Helfenstein. The rather historically inaccurate legend says that Clara was killed by her husband after he discovered her sleeping with his nemesis. A cave is also located beneath the castle, and people reportedly hear strange noises coming from underneath its floors. Noises from the dark depths of a cave. Anyone else have chills? Number 4. Dao Dan Park. Found in Vietnam's Ho Chi Minh City is Dao Dan Park, a popular destination for residents and tourists alike. The park has a long history with the nearby Reunification Palace, having once been part of its grounds. Work on the area continued well into the 20th century, complete with major additions like a pool and tennis court. The area was finally given over to Vietnam when French forces withdrew from the country in 1954, and it became known as Dao Dan Park. There are now reports that the area is haunted. It's said that the ghost of a lovesick man wanders the park at night and frightens the locals.
I love you, Molly. I've always loved you.
Number 3. St. Augustine Lighthouse. Lighthouses are just naturally creepy places, and they lend themselves very well to ghost stories. The St. Augustine Lighthouse is found on Florida's Anastasia Island, just to the east of St. Augustine. This is an active lighthouse and was built throughout the early 1870s. It's a beautiful location, but it also harbors some dark secrets. The lighthouse has long been known for its supernatural activity, and it's been investigated by numerous ghost hunters and paranormal programs.
Just let us know who's here with us. Where's that noise coming from?
The lighthouse itself also functions as a museum and offers ghost tours to the public. At least they're capitalizing on their reputation.
There's definitely some activity. Something's tripping that up. Something's setting that off.
Can you make our little gadget?
Right on cue.
Right on cue.
Number 2, Lep Castle. Like lighthouses, castles just have a creepy aura about them. They're cold, old, and expansive, and they often have long histories of violence. Lep Castle is found in central Ireland, and it was significantly destroyed in 1922 in the midst of the Irish Civil War. During renovations, workers discovered a dungeon containing 3 cartloads worth of human skeletons that had been impaled on wooden spikes. Unsurprisingly, Lep is the self-described world's most haunted castle.
Well, there are many spirits in the house, yeah. They've never interfered or made life difficult in any way other than they let us know.
It is said to contain a spirit that smells like a decaying corpse, 2 ghost girls named Charlotte and Emily, and a mysterious red lady who walks the castle with a dagger.
We call her the governess, and she's usually around as well. And there are 2 little girls that play around here that we meet a lot, and she's always with them, and we have a feeling she had something to do with them.
Put simply, you don't want to be in here alone.
Hello, Danny.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Lawang Sewu.
Chika! Chika, lang ako masuk ke dalam, Chik!
Derived from the Javanese phrase for 1,000 doors, Lawang Sewu, located in Java, Indonesia, once served as the headquarters of the Dutch East Indies Railway Company. Construction began in 1904 and was completely finished by 1919. Unfortunately, the building has seen its fair share of death. When Japanese forces invaded Indonesia during World War II, they took over Lawang Sewu and used its basement as a torture dungeon and execution chamber. Unsurprisingly, the building quickly earned a reputation and has long been thought of as a source of paranormal phenomena. Even Indonesia's Ministry of Tourism recognizes it as one of the country's most haunted locations.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.